Hi there, thank you for joining me for a quick office flow yoga sequence. So this is a great sequence to practice anytime you are sitting at the office and you're just needing a little brain break. It will assist in bringing some blood flow and new energy into your body, hopefully allowing you to concentrate when you do go back to your desk. So this is a quick flow. Let's dive into it right now. We're going to find a comfortable seated position on your chair. This is the only prop that you'll need for your yoga practice this afternoon. We're going to scooch our sit bones so we're at the edge of our chair so that our feet can plant firmly on the ground. You want the ankles to be more or less underneath the knees. Take the hands to the thighs and we'll just take a couple of cleansing breaths. So you can go ahead and close your eyes. And we'll take a deep breath in. And a long exhalation out. And we'll do this a few more times. Taking a big breath in, the biggest breath you've taken yet today. And a long grounding exhale out. Notice the shoulders start to drop. Notice the belly expanding. Continue at your own pace. Breath in and out. Breath out. If your eyes are closed, I'll invite you to flutter them open and we'll begin. Keeping the hands grounded down on the thighs, you can take them a little bit farther out to the knees, but we're going to warm up the spine in a cat-cow variation. So as we inhale, we're going to pull the chest forward, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, we're going to push the hands into the thighs, rounding through the upper back, tucking the neck, or the chin, into the neck. Couple more times. Inhale, we're going to grab the thighs, pull them into the body. Shoulders drop down as the chest comes out. Be your cow. Exhale, round through the spine. Big protraction through the shoulders here. Cat pose. Good. Once more. Inhale, pull through. Exhale, round. Good. Coming back through to center, we're just going to take a gentle twist. So we'll take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh or knee, and we'll take the right hand. You can grab the back of your chair if that's accessible, or you can just grab to the back side underneath your chair, and we'll twist open to the right. Draw that left shoulder down. Keep the hips nice and parallel so the knees are staying in line with one another. You don't want that left hip jutting out. Drawing shoulders down. Your gaze can be towards the right, or you can gently look back behind you to the right shoulder if that's accessible. Good, and when you're ready, we'll come back through to center and we'll take that twist on the opposite side. So right hand outside of left knee, left hand comes back behind you, and we'll twist. Again, keeping in mind the square hips, the shoulders that are being dropped down. And so we twist, we like to think of it as aiding in digestion. So we're twisting the organs, we're bringing new energy and blood flow, which is really great, especially when you're sitting for long periods of time or after you've maybe just finished your lunch hour, so you're feeling a little lethargic. This is a great way to rejuvenate and revitalize the body. Good, we'll come back through to center. Inhale, we're going to lift the hands up. Exhale, we're going to right hand down underneath the chair beside you. Left hand can come to left shoulders, or you can just let it drop down by your side. I like taking them to the left shoulder. And we're going to drop left ear to left shoulder. We're going to pull up on the chair. Beautiful stretch here for the right side neck. We hold a lot of stress here. We're going to draw that right shoulder down and back and pull down on that left shoulder while we're pulling up underneath the chair. I'm just going to hold here. You can slightly shift the neck back and forth a couple times if that feels good. Finding that sweet spot. Keeping that breath steady. Keeping the spine nice and long. Inhale, coming back through to center. We'll reach both hands up, just resetting here, and we'll take left hand to the underneath the left side of the chair. We'll take right hand to the top of the right shoulder and go ahead and drop the head over now to the right, pulling up underneath the chair with the left hand. Beautiful side stretch. Again, if you need to kind of wiggle the head back and forth, finding that sweet spot, you can go ahead and do that. We don't want anything super unnatural with the neck, so maybe throwing the neck back won't feel very good. I like to generally bring the neck forward and across anytime I'm doing any movement with the upper part of my body. Think of the head as just an extension of the spine. Good, so we'll roll the head forward, coming back. You can release the hand underneath the chair. We'll roll the shoulders a couple times, forward, down, and back. Opposite direction. Good. We're going to take the right hand out in front of us, and we're going to pull the left hand underneath, and we're going to give ourselves a big hug. Good, so from this idea of hugging ourselves, we're going to pull the arms up so that the elbows are more or less in line with one another, and then we're going to come into eagle arms. So the left forearm, the back of the forearm is going to come to the right forearm. The right hand is going to be over top, the right arm is going to be over top of the left. Good. And the palms of the hands are going to be facing towards opposite walls. The backs of the hands are going to be facing one another. If you are a little bit more flexible here, you can see if you can bind so that the palms of the hands face one another, but that's not necessary. So I'm just going to hang out here. Coming into our eagle arms, we're going to tuck the head down. We're going to think of it energetically pulling the fingers up towards the sky, at the same time drawing the shoulders down. So this is a great stretch for the shoulders, the neck, really creating space in the upper back area. So again, think of pulling the fingertips up while dropping the shoulders low. We'll take 3 breaths here, keeping the eyes closed. Notice if there's any tightness in the face, see if you can release any muscles in the face, completely relaxing the facial muscles here. Good, we'll slowly go ahead and come back to that hugging motion. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So this time we'll take the left hand over top of the right, give yourself a big hug. Good, you're doing awesome today. You can do whatever you have on your to-do list. And this break is exactly what you need. Beautiful. We'll come into eagle arms this time with the left arm on top of the right. So again, energetically reaching those fingertips up towards the ceiling, drawing the shoulders down. We'll tuck the head into that little triangle that you've created with your arms. And gaze can be down. Checking in here. Drawing that left shoulder down, reaching up through the fingertips. We'll hold for another 2 breaths. Good, we'll slowly come back through to that hug, and then go ahead and release. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, bring them down to the heart. Inhale, we're going to pull the hands up again. We're going to wait till the biceps come right by the ears. We're going to stay here. We're going to plant our feet firmly on the ground and using the energy from our abdomen. So we're going to engage our abdomen here, engage our glutes. We're going to lift up out of our chair and then come standing up all the way. Hands come down to heart center. Good. So seeming fitting that we are, doing a chair yoga flow. Let's add a little chair pose into this practice. So we're going to add just a little bit of heat. If at any time it becomes too much, you can always go ahead and sit down back to your seat. So we're going to inhale, lift the hands up. I'm going to start with a forward fold. So fold all the way over top of the knees. Bend the legs as much as you need to so that belly comes resting on the thighs. Hands can come either down to the ground or you can grab opposite elbows. Yogi's choice. Drop the head. Just sway from side to side in this inversion. Good. Inhale, we're going to pull the hands all the way up, bending the knees. Exhale, we're going to sink low into our knees. So ground down through the feet. Really think of the weight coming back, so back into our heels. Arms are going to come up, biceps are going to come by the ears. Bend through those knees into your chair pose. So if you look down, you still should be able to see your toes beneath you. And then we'll find our chair seated down. Good. We'll do that 2 more times. So inhale, come up, right into that chair pose, just hovering above your seat. Again, if you need to take a breath, sit back down. Exhale, come down, hands come through to heart. Inhale, we're going to lift the hands up, coming into our chair pose once again. Round through the tailbone, so we don't need a big curve in the back, but we really want a strong, solid spine. So think of tucking the tailbone under rather than popping the sit bones out. Hold for another 2, 1, and then we're gonna fold over top of the knees like we did when we started, standing forward fold. Good, slowly inhale, make your way up through center. Exhale, hands come down through to the heart. Beautiful. We're gonna shift over, so if you've got the space, I'm gonna encourage you to come into a tree pose variation next. So we'll start on the grounding down through the left leg. You want to come close to your chair, you can go ahead and do that. I also have my desk here, so that's gonna be your prop that you're gonna use as we come into the standing balance. So we're really gonna ground down through the left leg, and we're gonna open up the right hip, open up the right knee out to the right. We're gonna prop the heel on the inside of the left leg. So maybe your foot stays on the ground, that's enough for you, that's great. This might feel like a lot in the hips, especially if you're really working at bringing that right knee back and out. But if you do have a little bit more space, you can play with the idea of bringing that right leg up to the inside of the left leg. And you've got your prop here to hold on to, your chair or your desk. So you can play here, whatever feels good. The only thing that I would shy away from is making sure that heel doesn't come to the inside of the knee. So we don't want to jeopardize the integrity of our knee joint. So we really want to focus that energy on either the inner thigh, the inner calf, or foot on the ground. Pushing that right knee open. See if maybe you can bring your hands to the heart, to the hips, whatever feels good. We'll hold for another 3, 2, 1, and then without catapulting, we'll bring that leg in and then set it back down, and we'll do the other side. So you can kind of shuffle the feet a little bit, that feels good. Resetting, grounding down through the right leg, and we'll open up that left knee to the left this time. Left hip is gonna, the front of the hip's gonna become exposed, and we're gonna start to work that left foot up the inside, or the left heel up the inside of the right leg. So again, foot can stay on the ground, heel comes to the ankle of the right leg. It can come to the calf or the shin, or you can work at it coming all the way up. So I'm a lot tighter in the left side of my body, so I'm gonna hang out just at that shin calf level. Really working at opening up through the hips, so drawing that left leg back. If the balance is something you struggle with, think of integrating. So think of bringing everything together. You're gonna ground down through that right leg, but you're still gonna push the right leg and the left foot into one another. Engage the abdominals. So really solid foundation here. Good, we'll come back through to center, bring that knee in, and then place it down. Inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, forward fold. And then we'll come seated right down to our chair and walk your hands all the way back up. Final pose that we're gonna come through, just because we've opened the hips a little bit here, let's come into a figure 4 position on your chair. So scoot your sit bones so that your feet are grounded down on your floor. And we'll start with the right leg. So we're gonna bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh. So not right on the knee, but we'll give it a little bit of space, bringing it in a little bit, if you're able to. Good, so from here, this might be enough. You might be feeling a lot in that right hip, that's okay. If you've got a little bit more space here, you can put the right hand into the right inside of the right knee and gently direct the knee down towards the ground. So just opening up through that hip a little bit. You know your body best. I never encourage any sort of sharp shooting pain. However, a little bit of discomfort is okay, right? We don't grow a lot of the times unless we go into that pain, or into that, I don't like using the word pain, but into that kind of discomfort or dis-ease. If you feel like your hips have got a lot of space here, right, like this, you can go ahead and let the chest fall to the inside of the right shin, and maybe even walk your hands towards the ground. If that's a lot, stay right here. If this in itself is not accessible for you, you can always just come back to the ground, cross ankles over one another, and come into a seated forward fold, or you can come into a standing forward fold. This is also a cross-legged forward fold is a great stretch for the hip and the IT band. When you're ready, we're gonna switch sides. So we'll ground down through the right leg, and we'll just bring the left ankle on top of the right thigh. So again, I'm feeling a lot of tightness in this left hip. So I'm gonna put not a lot of pressure on that left knee. Think of drawing that left hip still back. And again, if you've got the space, you can go ahead and let the chest fall on top of the left thigh. Keep the foot nice and flexed here. So that left foot, when we keep that left foot flexed, we're just helping protect the integrity of the knee. So try to relax the muscles as much as you can here in your face, your shoulders, still drawing everything down and back. Beautiful. We'll come back through to center, plant both feet on the ground. I want to thank you for joining me. If you've got some time and you'd like to either do this again or flow a little bit on your own, that's wonderful. If you have to get back to your desk, I wish you a happy, healthy rest of your workday. Thank you.